Good morning. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the NFT Morning. So happy to see all of you. Today is Wednesday, October 29th, and this is John. Today, I have the chance, the luck, before I introduce our guest of today, I wanted to introduce my co host, my dear Rem. How are you, Rem?
Hello, hello. I'm fine. And you, John?
Long time no see, long time no chat.
Ah,
So happy
no.
to see you. And so, yeah, super happy to have you with us this morning, Rem, because this is the fifth episode of this special interviews shows that we're doing about the digital sector of Paris photo. So I don't know if you know, my dear Rem, but basically, Nina Rowers is curating for the third time in a row the digital sector of Paris photo, and it's actually they've been just to remind people, I would say it maybe for every episode, but Paris photo is the most important art photography fair in the world, happening in the Grand Palais in Paris. Um, and the next edition will happen in November, from November 13 to 16. And for the third time in a row, they decided to have a dedicated space for digital art. And it means that, it's really integrated in the middle of the show. You have, I don't know, I don't have I would say a dozen of booths, a dozen of galleries, exhibiting digital artists. And that's really, 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 really nice, because the idea is really getting both worlds meeting each other. And so far, we've been interviewing Office Impart with the artist Jan Robert Lenke. We've been interviewing TAX with Kevin Abosch, L'Avant Galerie Vossen with Norman Arman. We had also a really nice interview with the UNICEF, that are exhibiting there with a special project, with the artist Paul Stenberg. And today we have the chance to have Jonas from Danae. How are you, Jonas?
Hello everyone, I'm very good. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you very much, John and Rem, for having us today. We are more than happy to be with you today.
Super happy to have
Hello,
you.
Jonas.
Hi.
And you come with one of the artists you've been working with for a while now. For
Exactly.
me, I'm really happy. I'm used to we are used for people who are following. We are used to see you together. So it's the artist Louis Paul Caron. Hi, Louis Paul.
Hello, John. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for
Hi,
having
people.
me.
So, before we start, I just wanted to talk with Jonas, because I think it's important to understand, of course, um, the idea behind you going to exhibit at Paris Photo, because I think it's not the first time, if I'm not wrong, Jonas, right?
No, that's the first time actually. This is
Oh, it's the
yeah,
first time. Yeah.
exactly. So it's gonna be our first Paris photo. So obviously we are very happy and very proud to be part of the curation this year. So again, many thanks to Nina Roers because she helped us a lot to do it, and it's due to her because she, of course, she's following our work and she's following the work of Louis Paul since a long time now. So we are very happy, we are very proud, and to answer your question, the thing is quite simple. It's just the fact that with Danae, we are working day by day to promote digital art and to put it into the public space. This is our stuff. We want to promote digital art. We want to put it in front of everyone, and doing it it's a work of working with public institution and or big public fair as Paris Photo. Well, I mean, I mean, it's important to be there to present very talented artists. And of course, Repod is one of the most talented artists of its generation about digital art and AI. So we are more than happy to bring him into Paris Photo. But yes, the thing is always speak about digital art everywhere, every time, and this is part of Danae's duty.
No, that's amazing, and I think it's important for people who don't know Danae because we know each other. We've been following also you for a while.
Absolutely.
You've been starting digital art promotion even before people start talking about NFTs. You're not focused on the NFT medium actually. You work depending on the shows on digital sales or physical sales or hybrid maybe. And but you've been also jumping into that, and you really it's really interesting because you really try, and you've been for 5 years now or 6 years, I would say.
No, well, a bit less, 4 years. Let's say a bit about 4 years now. But yes, the thing is that we at the beginning we see that NFTs is just going to be the certification, but digital art it's something else. It's like this is a real part of contemporary art, and the thing is that it's going to be for an artist. It could be an artist can be a painter, it could be a sculptor, but he can also try to go to digital art because it's just another way to express himself. So that's why for us it's very important to raise digital art at the same level at the rest of art expression. So and this is what we are thinking since 4 years ago at least. So that's why it's important to us to create all the artists and to be sure that we're going to have the same level of art at any moment of the path.
Okay, and maybe to introduce also Louis Paul, you've been working on several shows together.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit? I think you are the best person actually to introduce Louis Paul. Who is Louis Paul? His work, and why you're working together again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna be very short because I think that Louis Paul will be the best guy to speak about his work. It works, but
it depends. Sometimes it's good to have a third party. To talk about it.
I agree. But the thing is that I'm first of all I'm very proud, and I'm very very proud to be able to present him because I'm fully I'm a fan of its works. So that's the base. You have to be, when you see a works of someone, you have to be mesmerized, and I'm completely mesmerized when I see Louis Paul's works.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I think Rem and me, we are pretty very 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 big fans of Louis Paul also. Yeah.
Yes, so that's the point. When you want to promote an artist, you have to be a fan of this one. So that's the first part. And then if we go a bit more technically, we saw that the work is obviously well done, but he's going beyond. He's always trying to make the bridge between traditional art and digital art. It's one of the most important things right now because, as everybody knows, the market is not so. I mean, it's an ongoing market. All of us, we always need to work on the market. So the work of Louis Paul is a very good way to bring traditional people, art people, into our world. And so that's why we created several shows. We bring him to Art Meta in Basel during Art Basel. We had the solo shows last December in our space 17 Rue du Boulois, where we can show digital works to everyone. So we believe in him. We are very happy to collaborate with him, and he's always looking to go beyond, to go further, and yes, so that's why we really hope that we're going to present him, of course, at Paris Photo, but we're going to work with him for many years, of course.
Amazing. And so for actually, Louis Paul, I actually, for people, the best for people to discover your art is really to watch it. And I think, if you're okay with that, I will also reveal one of the work that will be exhibited. At Paris Photo, called L'Envers du Décor. It's the one one.
That's what. Yeah. Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, this one.
Exactly. And so I think, for me, this work also is really, when you see it, you cannot, it's Louis Paul Caron, basically. It's 100% your style. And my summary, even if of course it's just a partial summary of what you're doing, is really like, of course, there is, in your work there is a message, and the message is pretty explicit for me. Is uh, basically the Titanic is sinking, and everybody is dancing,
Yeah.
on the boat. In the meantime, the boat is sinking, and of course, the metaphor is not a boat; it's for the planet. And the idea behind that is, everything is burning in the world, maybe, but we're still here, not actively taking part of it, but just observing this. And of course, there's much more. But I think in what you're doing, on one hand, there is really the message is pretty important. I believe, you have a really, something to, I would say, I have this feeling that you want people to wake up about the current situation on the planet. But and on the other hand, your creations are extremely strong because, yeah, I believe you're working with AI, but we can always see this idea of fire, and you work very well with this notion of fire, of burning, of something that is burning, and you have always kind of a basically kind of a tension between something dynamic that is a landscape burning, for example. This is the case with l'envers du décor. We can see like basically we can see like yeah, I would say a forest, but basically a landscape burning.
Mhm.
And you always have, in the forefront or something like, or depending on but let's say in the forefront, just static people observing this, like in a TV show almost, or just like watching this, and you have the windows between the two, the two scenes. And I think, yeah, this work is pretty it's really symbolic about what you're doing. I don't know what you think about it. What you
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
it accurate?
Yeah, that's exactly that. I'm trying to kind of capture this idea of disconnection between our environment and our way of living. So just to say a few words about what Jonas said, I'm very lucky and excited to be part of Paris Photo. Also, because I've been very lucky to work with Danae. They gave me great opportunities. We went to Art Dubai, Art Basel, last year's solo show with all my incendies. And this year, Paris Photo is going to be, I think, something really like, I don't know, like a child dream to be in this beautiful building among many other artists. And so, yes, this idea of climate change and having kind of a message in my work, do something about like how can I tell something about the world, give some narrative, some narration, and something that is at the same time quite deep, but also easy to understand. So this metaphor of the incendiary, of the world burning while we are just looking, it's really like you said with Titanic. It's really sometimes we know it's burning, but we just don't know how to act, or we just look at it. We just keep on living, because also we have our daily life. We have I don't know, like it's not always easy to connect with huge issues like that. And
Yeah.
incendies, fires are kind of like this. When you see a fire, it's just so huge that you don't know how to act, what you could do. So
Yeah, you have this feeling that, yeah, you can
there
just
is
watch it.
there is
Yeah.
also an interesting way of, I mean, it's just a personal observation, but I think that there is also another way to see this series Incendies, which is the fact that okay, maybe the world is burning, but at some point the humankind has also the strength and the abilities to keep living, like to being themselves and to celebrate. There is a beautiful piece called Le Meeting. It's going to be on Paris Photo, where you can see men celebrate maybe something, a deal, I don't know, but they're celebrating while the world is burning. And there is also the fact that, okay, of course it's hard, of course life is not easy for everyone, but at some point humankind has enough abilities to move forward and to keep going on life. Exactly. Thank you very much, John. That's the artwork. And you see, so there is celebration and there is also fire, but we keep celebrating, and we need to keep this in mind, that life is not easy every day, and we're gonna struggle at some point, but we need to figure out and we need to keep going. So that's also, I think, a way to see Louis Paul artwork.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
because for me, the fire is also it significates change. It's like the world is burning, but it's also changing. And after fire, sometimes you have something that's reborn, and it's just yeah, the time is evolving, but maybe for the better as well. Maybe you just have to be a bit radical in changing, but at the end, you have
nice.
something new. So.
That's interesting, to see also this optimistic part in the work.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's important because art is it's always a question, but I think that you can see negative stuff, but also like very positive one. So that's interesting. Yes, of course.
No, it's amazing. And actually, this is, of course, I gave a simple description of it, but this is the point with your work, yeah, you're wondering what is exactly this. You interpret it. Interpretation is always your own one, and
Absolutely.
so that's the interesting thing. And so, but okay, we mentioned so l'envers du décor work and le meeting. So it give you maybe we can talk quickly also about this one called the pool. That is also yeah, you see like a kind of a woman on a chair in front of a swimming pool, and in the back front, you see that the other side of the pool you have an incendiary happening. You really see also the base of the fire and all the smoke going in the air slowly. Actually, the thing also that is really we haven't mentioned is this slow motion effect, that you have in your creations. It's really like it's quiet. You have something like it's burning, but it's very actually. You can. What is interesting for me is basically as a enjoyer, as someone watching the artwork, you are the person observing someone who's observing a fire. You have kind of and I see a bit. You see a bit yourself as the person observing also, because you see that this person observing, it looks very zen, quiet. The fire is happening. She's in front of the swimming pool, and in a way, I feel like also when we are observing your artwork, we are in this kind of similar position. We feel, in a way, you could be revolted, but I think you have a strong, quiet effect also because of this slow motion. And it's okay, of course, I think it's giving people the big picture of what you're doing, but just to give to share with people, you started this series called Incendies. It's just basically new one works that you've been producing, but it's a long journey that you've been doing the last few years on this topic, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been working on climate change for many years, and incendies was something that came up when I started to work with AI, and I really enjoyed this effect of slow motion fire, which gives something kind of new. I think in art, it's like a new tool that doesn't try to copy any other kind of art tool. It's really something like a complete new aesthetic to have an animated painting, but it's like because animation made with AI takes many different kind of videos. When you animate smoke, it also creates something hybrid between fire, smoke, a bit liquid. So it was really the perfect tool for me to work on contemplation and this idea that you perfectly described about just watching kind of in a poetic way the world burning. It's like you're looking at the end of the world, but you're kind of I don't know, just watching slowly. For
Yeah,
this specific artwork, it's interesting because it was inspired by incendies in Los Angeles.
yeah, of course.
But I actually did it before all the incendies and fires, because I had in mind this idea of the American dream kind of burning, like the end of or I don't know of our way of living really comes from American dream in whole Occident, I believe. So this idea of seeing it in flames was kind of strong. And actually, when the fire came up, it was really like, I don't know. Some people told me it was prophetic, but I guess I was just I'm just maybe observing a lot and a long time the world. So that's why I have I don't know, I had this idea of merging the two. And actually, I'm going to work on a new project soon, merging paintings, oil paintings, and video AI that is going to be developed in Los Angeles with Villa Albertine. So this is
Wow.
going to be like a huge project with it's in partnership with OpenAI and Refika Nadal in next spring. So this artwork, the pool, is really kind of I think it was the starting point of this big project that's coming, and so
Right,
it's
amazing.
quite special.
Right, huge. So yeah, okay, actually, yeah, and this specific work, I believe also maybe yeah, they noticed because of the incendies. I think yeah, some people in the US also noticed your work, and from this maybe yeah, it was a kind of yeah, perfect image in these terrible times, and so yeah, that's it's pretty prophetic. Yeah, you're right. And
Yes, it's kind of prophetic actually, absolutely. And then just to mention that when we released the solo show last December, it was just after the the incendies in Los Angeles, and during the vernissage, the opening, everybody like came to me and said, "But wow, it's crazy to be able to work these so beautiful pieces like in a few weeks just after the Los Angeles incendies." And I was like, "No, but it's actually absolutely not. It's not." Really related. He did it way before the incendies, so everybody was like, "Whoa!" But that's kind of very crazy because it looks like exactly the same as we can see in the TV. So it was, it was kind of a momentum, and it's like it was a crazy time.
yeah, it's crazy. And to come back to Paris Photo, so we saw three works that I believe will be exhibited.
Yep.
Can you maybe, Jonas, you can tell us a bit more about, I would
So
say,
yeah,
Danae's booth at Paris Photo?
of course. So it's gonna be so on the booth. They're gonna be like 7 artwork that's gonna be able for people to see. Of course, we're gonna have a bit more that we're gonna keep for like because we need to have some mystery and to keep some very beautiful artwork as well for the
Of course,
for
even if of course, when it's exhibited, it's never the same. We are on the laptop, but when you see it on what you will, it will be screens.
Yes,
On
yes,
screens.
absolutely. It will be screens, so it's going to be 7 screens on the booth, and the layup is going to be a bit different that you can see usually, but basically it's going to be on the screen, so people will be able to project themselves with the screens at home. So that's why we really wanted to to put them into a screen that people can knows and can have easily, because that's also the point of digital work. It's like to be streamed and to be released, that we need people to enjoy digital art at home, like any other art. So for people, when they will be on the booth, they're gonna see the work of people as they can be, as they can do it at home actually. So that's one of the point. And that's there are going to be seven artwork on the booth, but we're going to have also more beside. And yes, you'll be everyone will be able to come to visit us, and we will be more than happy to talk to everyone, to express, to make some explanation, and just to enjoy Louis Paul artwork.
And so there are
all
one pieces. I
along.
believe people who are interested to reserve one of the work, they can
Yep.
already contact you. And,
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, we have a catalog that we will be we're gonna share. So if some people are very interested about, we already received some interest about certain pieces. So yes, of course we're gonna have a preview of all the artworks in our space, 17 rue du Boulois, just before.
Paris Photo.
Paris Photo, thank you very much. Sorry. So just to for our collectioners to show them all the new artwork before Paris Photo. So it's going to be a private event, but of course, I mean, if some people wants to be part of it, they just have to contact us, and we will be more than happy to bring them into the space.
And Jonas, I like to talk about money, even if I think what are the price range to get one of these, more or less, to get one, for example.
So for the pieces, we're going to be around 8,000 euros with the screens. So when people they're gonna have they're gonna be able to buy the digital artwork, but also the screens, because we think that it's very important for the collectioners to have something like physical as well, so the screen is the perfect tool for that. So it's been like we have to enjoy artwork with the screen. So it's a setup. So at some point the collectioners will be able to have all this setup, and we arrange them. We will be there for them at any point of the process, since the purchase till the installation at their home. So that's the point as well. It's not just we're not just selling artwork, but we also very present for them till A to Z, if I may. And then that's also an important stuff to have in mind.
Cool. No, thank you very much. And I wanted to have a look also on this last artwork. That is, I told you before the show that, yeah, really, really like this one. Sorry, next time I will do it.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite. It's amazing.
Yeah, called Le Fumoir. Wow.
Yeah.
I love these works, to be honest, and this one is amazing. You can see basically, yeah, you can see a guy like dressed up pretty nicely. It's in the club. You can see some bottles, tables. He's like almost. You can see like it's a end of night atmosphere, because it's almost. I would say relaxing / sleeping, just the way you are at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in a club, or in the after.
Morning.
In the early morning, when you are in between sleeping, drunk, and just here and relaxing.
Yeah.
And so you can see, what is nice, you see all the couch of the club, like doing an angle, and basically at the back front, you just see the smoke. You don't see the fire, you just see the smoke. And it's nice, and I think also the name Le Fumoir is also, yeah, it gives you a lot of thing, because of course this, you're thinking about also the cigarette and the smoking and the stuff, but you still have the fire in mind, and you still have this style, with someone just literally partying when the world is burning. But this one is a bit different for me. I don't know if you tried something new also for this Ripple, right?
Yeah, for this one, it was really something about having the aesthetic aspect of the smoke and the oniric element that I really wanted to push. Also, like from the beginning of my young career, I want to have something political about climate and all of that. But at some point, I know that if the viewers know that I'm engaged in that way, they would understand even if I do another artwork that is a bit more light and doesn't have a direct connection, you still have this in mind. So it's kind of this idea of late night, end of your party, you're just on your own. Also, Fumoir, I used to be a smoker, and like smoking is really sometimes like a dedicated time to yourself. So it's really like you are just in your thoughts. You're looking at I don't know, how you go outside, you look at the street landscape, and this idea of fumoir, which is almost anachronic because we don't really have this anymore. It's I mean, it's a bit different. It's kind of old style. It was really this idea of contemplation and using AI as a great tool to create this kind of atmosphere. Also for me, it's like perfect sense to have this in Paris Photo because I see a very strong connection between digital art, photography. Usually, when people can be a bit skeptical about I give this perfect example that almost work anytime. It's the idea that if people are skeptical about this idea that the machine does everything, they don't see what the artists really do. It's the same in photography. Like you just press a button, but you are still a photographer. So it's really like we are also in the same level using a machine to make art, but it's really how we look at things that comes in the artwork that is inspired by it. And for me, I don't know. I grew up with computer. I'm really like a digital native. I grew up in the 90s, so it's for me it's just another tool. It's another artwork and it's another art tool to create. Also, I'm doing work that is very figurative. I'm close to cinema, to painting. I have like people, characters in the scenery. So it's really, I see, really a big connection to photography.
Yeah, it's very cinematic. For me, I have this feeling. I have even, I don't know, I don't have the reference, but for me, I have kind of this American 70s movies in mind, when I watch you walk. Really, there is something American for me in a way also. I don't know how to describe that, but yes, Rem, please.
Yes. Thank you, John. No, I have two questions, but it's in relation with what you're talking about. One for Louis Paul and the second one for Jonas. Just we already talk about it, but for me, Louis Paul's series Incendy is very representative of our time. But it's not about just environment. It's also political and all lots of things. And I think I said it before in another episode, but Louis Paul, for me, you're a mix between David Hockney and Edward Hopper, but in a modern style and a bit in a apocalyptic environment. So it's I see you like this. So you can see, and as you know, I really love your work. And apart from that, I wanted to say I follow you on Instagram, and I saw that you are working with other tools like plotters. And I just want to know if for you a traditional digital illustration, if you want to explore other things, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been looking for ways to see how I can have the digital in the physical world, apart from only having it on video screens. And because also I did art school where we could explore everything. And since forever, I think I love to paint, to draw, to do things like that. At some point, I started like a small series of painting inspired by places from video games, from Los Santos in GTA, and
Oh,
and so this was kind of a starting point that I saw some connection, some interesting connection between painting and digital. And this what you saw on Instagram about the pen plotter and the oil painting is the project that I'm developing for Los Angeles. So it's gonna be
okay.
for actually I'm painting from archives from Google Street View, the neighborhood of Pacific Palisades, and it's a place where like almost everything burned down.
Mm.
So the idea is to also like the you said David Hockney and Hopper, and they are really both of my inspiration. The painting that I'm doing now look a lot like Hockney because it's when you paint Los Angeles, you have blue sky, you have palm trees, you have colorful places. So it's
Swimming
really
pool.
close to Hockney. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I think it's interesting to see how we can connect traditional and digital. And for me, it's really it's kind of I don't know, interesting time to be a digital artist to see how we can connect all of this. And it's in my daily life is just that I really love to paint and draw, so it makes sense for me to also sometimes leave a bit the computer, step back, and be more like a I don't know, yeah, like a classic artist in a workshop.
Yeah, and the result is amazing. Really, I love what I saw. And my second question for Jonas is a quick question, but I just want to know if participating in an event like Paris Photo, is it profitable or it's a kind of uh, you look further for the maybe it will be profitable, but later.
Well, in any way, being part of Paris Photo, it's going to be huge and it's going to be great for us and for the artists, of course, but for us as well. And yes, it's going to be profitable, of course. I mean, because we are. Oh, it's a work on process. Digital art need to be part of this kind of fair, very important one, and we need to be part of the rest of the art world, and that's how we can do it. So obviously it's going to be profitable. Obviously it's going to be very interesting today, but also tomorrow. And then it's step by step, and it's like creating. I mean, I put it in, like entre parenthèses, of course, but it's kind of creating digital art history. So we need to be there. We need to be part of it, and as long as it's going to be like people with like Nina, really involved into digital art. She has a very good vision about it. She's anyway she's very good, and so that's why it's very important for us to be close to this and to be part of this, because if it's not profitable, as you said today, it's going to be tomorrow for sure.
Mm. Thank you very much.
No,
Yeah.
thank you too, Rem. That's a very good question, actually.
It's a good question, yeah, because we know it's a big investment for galleries,
Yeah,
to
it's of
kind of
course
Yeah.
do
it's a big investment. It's not easy. We are always working on every aspect of the business. We are a private company. We are we need to make money. That's for sure. It's not there is nothing to hide here. We need to make money, so that's the way to do it, and we need to to keep pushing, and if it's not today, it's gonna be tomorrow.
It's
For
true.
sure.
It's good to have this optimism and this way. But you've been doing it well the last 4 years, and even if I know
Trying.
that I know
Thank you,
that
John.
yeah, yeah.
And that no, but I
Yeah.
mean, you know it because you were there also at the beginning when we weren't doing these things. So that's also very from our side. It's also very important to have people like you because you understand the vision, you have it as well, and you keep pushing it as well. So that's why it's always good to have to be surrounded by people understanding the process.
Yeah, no, it's good, and I think it's a common process. It's a small space
Exactly. We
with
we
few
all
actors.
in the same we're all in the same boat, you know.
This is really like this, yeah, and hopefully it's not the Titanic. This one.
No, it's not going. It's not going to be like Louis Paul's artwork. No worries, guys.
No, that's really nice. No, I really, really, really happy, and I wanted to thank you, to have you and for coming today. Again, this series Incendies. So it's gonna be 7 artworks and much more actually, because I think yeah, I'm pretty sure also you've been working together on this series basically for maybe, I would say 2 years, but maybe something like this. So I really invite you to contact Danae. We're
Yeah,
sharing
yeah.
this
Feel,
together.
if I may, John, feel completely free to reach us either on Instagram or X or even on my email, which is jonas@danae.com. It's very easy. And so yes, feel free to reach us. And I just wanted to say also something about Louis Paul. That of course we know him about all these Incendies series, but he's not just about this. He also has a lot of other series, a lot of other works, completely and totally interesting as well. So that's the point. Of course, Incendies is an important work of Whipple, but is not only fire and global warming. Is way more than that. That's what I wanted to say as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing this, and so thank you for being there. Rem,
Yeah.
anything else on your hand?
No, for me it's okay.
Because
I always another question, but it's
yeah.
Come on,
I
Rem. I
think
mean, you you you
no,
you have
no.
good
No, no, no.
questions. So
Because I'm asking Rem because most of the time at the moment I'm closing and I say I'm about to push the button, to launch, the video of the end. Say, oh, I have one more question, and so this is my no. I'm asking Rem beforehand.
come on, Rem.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. No, I think now it's pretty clear. Really, I could watch. Your work are amazing, Pierre Louis. It's really the kind of work you can, again, this so much. You can stay for hours,
Yeah,
observing
absolutely.
it, and I think
Very contemplative. Yeah,
it's
definitely.
very contemplative, and I can't wait to see it, on screens in real life. And I'm pretty sure that yeah, people from Paris Photo will be yeah, they will be surprised when they will see it, and a lot of people will stop on the bus to say what is it, because this is the effect that is happening, when you're seeing this, you're
Mm.
I think there is a cognitive, I don't know, whatever happening in your brain.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the decalage, the fact that you have the static on one hand and the dynamic slow motion on the other hand. You believe it's a photography, and then you realize it's animated, and then you say, "Wow, it's a
Yeah.
slow motion." And then,
Yeah.
and I think your brain is processing this, for few seconds or few minutes. You don't know exactly what you're watching until you start to understand. And I think
But
that,
the
yeah,
very
Yeah,
cool
but
thing
also
is that
usually,
at any time you see the art, you every time you're gonna see a new things on the art. So that's also very cool because it's always rediscovering the piece each time you put an eyes on it. So that's great.
Cool.
Yeah, and so something kind of instinctive that when you see smoke and fire, your brain is set to see danger and to be warned, to be triggered, and then it's just contemplative. So
Yeah, last question actually. Are you watching these YouTube videos of of fires of
fireplace or
chimney fires or stuff like that?
no.
No, but this
No,
is the
just what
power.
Yeah.
I love these videos.
No, but this is the point, when you have, when you have this, even, when you have a fire, you like to be there and watch it. And that's the thing that is pretty hypnotic. So, yeah. Okay, we good.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
For people who are following us, I wanted just to let you know that the next episode, the next episode will happen. It's not about Paris foot. Oh, the next. Wow, we have a lot of episodes actually. I was watching. So we are doing one more show today actually.
Whoa.
At
I didn't know.
I know you don't know. You are, but even if you are in every invitations, but basically, it's happening today at 7 p.m. So it's a morning, but in the evening, and it's gonna be with Seth Goldstein, Amiza Marold, and the
amazing.
Yeah,
we love Amiza. We love her very much. She's great.
I'm really excited about it because it's basically a big project. They are basically the Bright Moment team, and now they are coming with this new gallery called Automata, focused on this project called Solien, that is a living AI project. So it's another angle actually to tackle the AI topic. So I think we will interact with Solian, actually, the bot, the AI that I've created. So I think it's going to be really interesting. So I invite you, to if you want to follow us live, or otherwise, of course, everything is available on your favorite podcast platforms and on YouTube. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. You too. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you very much. And good
bye. Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning, guys.
Happy. Good morning. Really happy. Good morning. To be with you. Happy.